Okay folks, so this is a video about what is the difference between iron swings and driver swings, and is there a difference? First of all, the swing plane itself, so the lines that we're swinging it up and down on are going to remain the same. We're not trying to change that. The difference is all in setup and intention. So setup wise, most of you will know that the ball needs to be placed opposite the left heel. The ball's going to be teed up. And the idea of that is we're not trying to hit the ground and compress it as you would do an iron. We're trying to launch it nice and high with as little spin as possible. So the ball forward enables you to hit up on it without trying to hit up on it, if that makes sense. So that's your setup difference. We're going to be wider. Low point, as in your sternum's going to be further behind the ball. And we're just going to have a tiny little bit of spine tilt. So the spine tilt is almost leading to this launch up in the air. So that's what we're trying to do there. And then as we move through it, you're just trying to come back with this spine tilt. So you're not going to have the forward moving this way like you would do an iron. You're almost going to be staying on the back foot. Yes, we're still pivoting and thrusting upwards, but there's not as much pressure on your lead foot as an iron would be. We're almost hanging back a little bit. So the big key difference when I talk about intention of the shot is we are trying, rather than trying to move down and compress, so we square the face up with the body. With driver, we need to feel like we square it up by getting it's almost a race. We're trying to get the club head to beat your hands to the golf ball. Most people with driver, they think, right, I've got to give it a big whack, and they'll drive with the hands. They might get all this bit right, but they're driving the hands forward as fast as possible, and you leave the face wide open so you don't square it up. So we're trying to match everything back up so your hands stay basically in line with the club head by impact, but your feel will probably be club head beats your hands there. So much more swinging of the head end as opposed to driving the handle and having some shaft lean. So those are the big differences with the action. When we actually come to hit the shot then, you're looking at, data's a huge part in driver. If you've been lucky enough to get fitted, you should hopefully have a shaft that is right for you. This one isn't my driver, so it's a 50 regular, which isn't a bad thing because it's early in the morning and I'm not swinging it super fast. So I've got my setup here. So like I say, my feelings are exactly the same from a swing plane perspective. The difference is where am I coming back? So quite a good exercise that I do with people is just try and stop at impact without any body twisting, just getting the feeling of letting that club head overtake. Okay, and you'll see the ball's gone off to the left there. Basically what that means, it's gone left because the club, when the club face passes when the club head passes your hands, it immediately points to the left. Whereas if you shove the hands forward, the face opens up. That's why we're trying to get that sensation, because most people slice it. Just give you a little look from this side. So left heel ball, and all I'm trying to do is get the club head to pass my hands. Okay, really hard to stop there, but you get the sensation or the look there, what we're after. So once you understand what's going on with this, then we just start to add the body rotation. And you should hopefully then see a difference in your flight. So I'll just do a small one, but try and launch it. Hold my follow through. So not super quick speed-wise. It's carried about 150, nice and straight. Very little spin on it. And that launched at 12 degrees, so this is a 10.5 degree driver. So if I try and ramp it up a bit, get a little bit faster with it, still trying to get the same feeling of the release. Okay, so extra speed, launches higher, that's carried 200 yards, launched at 13 degrees. So that's basically it. It's all about the release. The release squares the face up for you, and it's easier to keep that side spin down. That was 39 side spin. So that ball has flown bullet straight. And then it's a question of how fast can you go, keeping that release pattern and matching club face up at impact. Right gang, hope that helps. And any questions, just pop it in the comments.